I think this is the best training split by far. It puts you in a trifecta of muscle growth. You've got the intensity, you've got the frequency, and you've got the recovery. Nothing but gains is going to come from this. How often should you train to achieve the best results? This is different for each and every one of us, and it depends on how often we're realistically going to be able to train. For someone who is extremely busy, they might only be able to get to the gym a couple of times a week. Therefore, their training would be very different to someone who has more free time. They're really about that gym life and they can go every single day. Let me talk you through a few different training splits so you can find the best fit for you. To begin with, we have the good old bro split. What that means is you train each muscle group once a week, and you do each muscle group on a different day. For instance, you'd have Monday chest day, Tuesday back day, Wednesday shoulders, Thursday arms, Friday legs. With this training split, you're only training each muscle group once a week, and this training split would require you to go to the gym at least 5 days a week. It's a really good place to start. You're able to put a lot into each training session, and it doesn't have any knock-on effects on any of the other days. By the time you do chest and back on Monday and Tuesday, that might fatigue your biceps and triceps, for instance. However, you're not going to use them until Thursday, so that gives them plenty of time to recover. It's an excellent place to start. If you've got a whole hour dedicated to chest, you can learn lots of different exercises. You might not need to take a whole hour for chest, but if you're new to the gym, it's a brilliant split to start with because you're going to increase your exercise intelligence. It's going to give you a lot of time, so a whole hour to do chest. So now you're going to learn to do inclines, flat, declines. You're going to learn to do all the different flies, cable flies, dumbbell flies. You can do dumbbell presses, you can do bench presses, you can do Smith presses, you can do dips, you can do flies for your upper pecs, you can do flies for your lower pecs, you can do straight up flies. You are guaranteed to hit each muscle group with this split. Next, we have your whole body every day. As the name would suggest, this would be where you train every single muscle group every time you come to the gym. This is perfect for people who are not able to come to the gym as often as they would like. If you've got one day dedicated to resistance training, you're able to hit your whole body in this workout. You're still getting 52 chances to grow in a year, and once a week is better than none. Let's go a bit further. So if you can dedicate 3 days a week to the gym, for instance, Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday, this is still a good split. You're hitting every muscle group 3 times a week. You've got 3 times the chances to grow than someone who's only able to train once a week. This is absolutely brilliant. The only drawback to this split is that you've only got a certain amount of energy. And if you give it all you've got with back, for instance, then it's going to have a knock-on effect. When it comes to legs, will you have enough energy to achieve maximum amount of growth in that session? Probably not, but that's fine because you can mix it up. For instance, you could start with back on Monday, maybe do legs last. So they're not going to get hit as hard as back would being the first exercise. However, on Wednesday, you could start with legs. So you're able to achieve failure and give it everything you've got and maximize the muscle growth on Wednesday. And on Friday, you could start with chest and so on. Likewise, if you're able to train 5 days a week or 6 days a week, you can still do every single muscle group every single day. So now you're getting 5 or 6 or 7 times the chances to grow. Next is my personal favorite, push-pull legs. As the name would suggest, you do a push day, you do a pull day, and you do legs. On your push day, you're combining your shoulders and your chest and your triceps into one workout because these muscles all work together. Whenever you're pushing something, even if you are focusing on your chest, you are going to be using your shoulders a little bit also, obviously your triceps. On this day, you do your side delts as well. Next day would be your pull day. And obviously on this day, you're doing pulling exercises, which is going to be involving your back and your biceps. On this day, I do my traps as well. Next is legs. You do your whole legs on this one day. and then you'd have a day off. So you do push pull legs, you'd have a day off, come back again, push pull legs, have a day off. And this cycle changes constantly. So if you started with push on a Monday, then the next week it's going to fall on a different day. You only have one day off a week and it will fall on a different day. This is perfect if you're just a complete gym rat, you love that life, and this is your priority, then it's perfect. And if you can dedicate yourself to the bodybuilding lifestyle, I think this is perfect. The reasons I think it's better than doing your whole body every day, you're able to push yourself as hard as you possibly can and recover from that. I think this is the best training split by far. It puts you in a trifecta of muscle growth. You've got the intensity, you've got the frequency, and you've got the recovery. Nothing but gains is going to come from this. You're able to train every muscle group twice a week. You're able to push yourself to absolute failure, and you're able to recover and rest and grow. I recommend this to all of my clients that have got plenty of time available to them. And of course, the inclination to train 6 days a week. Of course, you don't have to do push-pull legs twice a week. You could just do push on a Monday, pull on a Wednesday, legs on a Friday. This is the beauty of bodybuilding. You can mix and match it. You can change it to fit your schedule and how you want to train. If you want to do every muscle group every day, then go for it. Whatever is going to keep you consistent, whatever's going to be realistic for you, whatever's going to keep you enjoying it, looking forward to it, finding it exciting, that's the way you should train. The best way I think to train might not work for you, and the best way you think like to train might not work for me. Try all of the different splits and find what's best for you. The best and most effective way to make massive gains as quick as possible is whatever you enjoy and whatever you're going to stick at.